If you do these three very basic things, I guarantee you'll walk away with some great photos from your first roll of film. I started film photography about 6 months ago, and I've been refining my process and getting better at it. And I want you to win. I want your first roll of film to be awesome. So I'm going to share with you in this video some things that I wish somebody had told me before shooting my first roll of film. Why am I doing this? Well, I've got a lot of friends who shot some film and completely messed up their first roll because they didn't do something on this list. And I love film photography. I want you to enjoy this craft as well. It's such a beautiful thing in this modern time to do. So I want you to win. That's why I'm sharing this with you. So the three things I want to tell you today has firstly to do with how you load the film into the camera. Secondly, it has to do with how we expose the camera and set the settings on the camera to get the right picture. And thirdly, this one might surprise you, but it's actually what we do after developing that film. And this one is crucial, so don't miss out on it, especially if you're a beginner. Stick around for that last point. It is crucial in this whole process. Real quick, what you will need before shooting your first roll of film is fourfold. First of all, a working film camera. You don't need something fancy, you need something that works. Easy to check if it works. If the shutter works, you should be fine. So before you begin, check three things. Check if the camera opens and closes properly. Secondly, check if the shutter fires. It's easiest to check that while the back is open. Just crank it, press the button, see if something moves. There should be a little piece of plastic there that moves, or a little piece of fabric that moves when you press the shutter. That's a good sign. And thirdly, I want you to take your lens off if you can and check both sides. We want a clean film. We want clean glass for the light to travel through onto the film. That's the first thing you'll need. The second thing you'll need is obviously a roll of film. Now, I've got two great beginner options here. The first one is Kodak Gold. This is a very lovely, warm film stock. This is my favorite film stock. I use it regularly, and this is great for broad daylight. It's a very, very beginner-friendly film. Secondly, I've got the Fujifilm 200. Very, very similar. Slight difference in look and feel. I'll put two photos on the screen right now. On the left, you've got Kodak Gold. On the right, you've got Fujifilm 200. You can see slight differences, but these are both very user-friendly, very hard to mess up, and great for broad daylight. Now, don't worry too much at this point about choosing the perfect film stock. We just want to get you started. This is not about creating a masterpiece. This is about giving you the feeling of shooting film and giving you a win on your first roll to get you to the next one and the next one and the next one. And this is the start of your process of refining your new hobby, your new art. That's the second thing you need. The third one is a battery for your camera if it needs one. Now, this camera of mine, for example, is from 1966, and it does take a battery, which they don't make anymore. The cool thing is that this battery in most old cameras only powers the light meter, the internal light meter in the camera. Now, later in the video, I'll tell you how I use this camera without the light meter by using an external light meter on my phone. So I'll show you that. Just stick around for that. But if you can get a battery for your camera, it does make things easier. That's the third thing. And the fourth thing you need is obviously a lab to develop and scan these films for you after you have taken your pictures. When you get to a lab, ask them for a couple of things. Ask them, do you develop and scan 35mm film? And then I just want to say, you don't need prints in the beginning. Digital film scans are more than enough to get you started and to make you see what you've done and the mistakes and the wins that you've done to improve your craft over time. Okay, so the three things that I wish somebody had told me before I shot my first roll of film. The first is to actually just load the film in the camera the correct way. It's really easy to do. Open the back of your camera, place the film canister into the camera, and pull the film leader across the back of the camera. Make sure it latches well. Now, on this point, I do want to encourage you to go look for a YouTube video on your specific camera model on how to load the film. Take 5 minutes, watch the video. Trust me, I'm saving you heartache and I'm saving you pain. Watch the video. Just do it. Make sure the film catches properly. Close the back. properly. Remember, if light gets in there, it's going to ruin your film. You're going to have nothing. Light leaks are cool, but they're happy accidents, not intentional things that we create. Now what you want to do is you want to crank the lever and advance the film until your film counter reads 1. If your camera is automatic, it might do it for you. It might, the moment you close the back, it might advance the film for you, and it's getting it to exactly the right position. So when you close the back, it might make a massive sound. I love that sound. And then I want you to just take a moment, just pause, because most problems with a first roll happen here because the film wasn't loaded properly. An easy way to check this is actually pretty cool. This little knob on your camera, let me just get this in focus for you. This little knob on your camera will move if you advance film. Check this. That's a good sign. That means the film has caught onto the other side and it's being pulled out of the canister onto the film bed at the back of your camera. Now, the second thing that I wish somebody had told me before shooting my first roll of film is how to properly expose that image. Now, like I said, I use an external light meter on my camera because the internal one doesn't work anymore. And I use this app, and I cannot recommend this app enough. It's called lightmeter, LGHTMTR, lightmeter. And it's fantastic. It's so easy to use. Download that. It's amazing. I have not failed with this app yet. And it's awesome because you can actually create camera profiles for your different lenses and your different film stocks and stuff like that. It's really a fantastic app. The light meter helps you know if your settings are in the correct space. Now, how to know if your camera's light meter is working? Well, there might be a symbol or some light or like a needle in your viewfinder when you look through the glass. That's the light meter. If you can get the meter in the middle, or the needle to the ball, or the lights to go from red to green, that means the photo is correctly exposed. Now, here's the rule with film that I wish somebody had told me. Film loves light. You can overexpose by a couple of stops and it'll be fine. If you underexpose, it won't work. It makes sense, right? I mean, we've got photosensitive material at the back of the camera, and the images are coming through your lens, being focused by your lens and being burnt onto that piece of photosensitive material. If nothing is coming in, nothing gets burned on the film. So underexposing images is horrible in film, whereas overexposing images can be saved. So rather overexpose if you are unsure by a stop or two, and you'll be safe. Okay, the third thing that I wish somebody had told me before I got started, and this one might be surprising, but it is so valuable. When your scans arrive, don't judge them too quickly. Look through the roll once, look through all the photos once, and just enjoy it. And I mean this, just enjoy what you have created. Don't be too critical on yourself on the first roll. Just look at what you made and enjoy what you made. Then I want you to go through it the second time. And I want you to actually look at what you did right and what you did wrong and write it down somewhere. For me personally, I carry a notebook and I love making notes on my photos in that. Just make some notes on what you did good and what you did bad. You can ask yourself a couple of questions. Which photo really surprised me? Which one did I know was going to turn out good? Which one didn't work? Which ones did I underexpose? Which ones did I overexpose? And why did I do it like that? Write all these things down. It's tedious, but trust me, it's going to make your next roll so much better. I made a video about how I review my scans, and I think you can learn a lot from that. I'll put that on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your first roll. Send me photos. I'd love to see them.